This is why I think Alex Pereira is the MMA GOAT. So we start with the dude's record. He's 11-2, multiple time world champion in MMA and kickboxing. He is known as one of the best kickboxers in the world at his time fighting. He was a double champ in Glory and in the UFC. So if we start with his record, he fought 2 fights with pretty unknown names. Bruno Silva was a okayly known name, but that's where he kind of got his fame from. Then he got a Strickland fight, which really led him to the title. He brutally hit Strickland with a knockout. And if we look at Strickland, Strickland was the middleweight champion January 19th, 2024. And he dog-walked one of the best MMA fighters of all time. Go to the MMA GOAT list. Israel Adesanya is ranked number 12. And Sean Strickland dog-walked him. He had a controversial decision to lose his title, which I thought Strickland did win. Then he beat Costa by split decision, but he really did just destroy him. But if we go to Israel Adesanya, who Alex Pereira also beat, Izzy did win the rematch in MMA, but Alex Pereira is 2-0 against him in kickboxing, so it's 3-1 technically. So if we go to Adesanya's thing, Adesanya is known as the middleweight GOAT, or at least known as the second best all-time at middleweight. We go to his stats, 24-3, and before Alex, he had only one loss, and that was to Jan, which he lost by decision because he tried going for that double champ status. So Izzy's a beast. He's beaten Anderson Silva, Robert Whittaker, Kelvin Gastelum, Yoel Romero, Paulo Costa. He's beaten all the big names. Arguably the best fighter in all of the 185 division ever. And he's an elite kickboxer who stood with Alex, which is very impressive for Izzy. But if we go to Alex Pereira's next win, was at the light heavyweight division to Jan Blachowicz, who Izzy did lose to when he tried going up to light heavyweight. Jan is one of the best fighters in all of the light heavyweight division. His good striking mixed with his heavy grappling is basically Alex Pereira's biggest nightmare, and Pereira got the decision, which was a little bit controversial at the time, but as people started to settle more in, it got more realized that it was pretty normal. Well, Jan was a pretty dominant fighter. I'm not gonna say he was a dominant champion, but he was a really dominant fighter. He beat top guys like Jared Cannonier, Nikita Krylov, Israel Adesanya, Dominic Reyes at the time, and should have beat Magomed Ankalaev, but it was a draw. And Magomed Ankalaev is the favorite to be Alex's next opponent, which I don't think is going to be a good fight. I think Alex is going to destroy him. We go to the next guy Alex beat, Yuri, and he beat him November 11th and most recently June 29th, which was super recent. Beat him 13 seconds into the second round in the second fight, but both by knockout. Yuri is one of the best light heavyweight fighters. His 2 losses in the UFC are both to Alex, both by knockout. Yuri is a knockout specialist. He has 26 knockouts. He's only been knocked out or TKO'd twice in his career, or 4 times in his career, and 2 of them being to Alex Pereira. Yuri is an animal with 30 wins. He's beaten guys like Glover Teixeira, Dominic Reyes, and Alexander Rakic. Glover Teixeira, who is Alex Pereira's coach, got submitted. And we go to who I thought was going to give Alex Pereira a hard time, but lost the most brutal way in the entire list, is Jamal Hill. I thought he had a real chance of beating Alex, but he got knocked out pretty easily. So now it's time to see where he goes on the MMA GOAT list. If you look this entire list, he's not here, which I think he should be above Charles Oliveira, above BJ Penn, above Henry Cejudo, above Frankie Edgar, way above Conor McGregor, above Dominic Reyes, above anyone here. I think he goes right above Israel Adesanya and Kamaru Usman. I think he flies right with Khabib. I think they're two equal right now. I think they're both tied at the same spot. But this GOAT list is honestly one of the worst lists I've ever seen. Yo, what's this? How do I do that? Huh. It's not working. But this is just the GOAT fighting list. And I think Alex Pereira should be in the top 10. Maybe. This list is kind of bad, but I think Alex would fall between 6 and 9. He's one of the best fighters, and he's an animal.